Welcome, one and all. Eric Johnson with you. It's time now for a very special guest, a track star turned javelin stud, a three-time Olympian, a coach, a Panther by heart, and just an all-around great lady. That's just down to brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen. Maggie Malone-Hardin,
Oh,
welcome.
thanks, Eric. I specifically love that last part. Just overall great lady. I
It's
like
just
that.
just a wonderful heart, a wonderful soul. I
Yeah.
mean, you just smiles all over. I
Oh,
mean, it's so good to see you and
thanks.
getting to talk to you, and of course, being the hometown.
Mm.
Is it right to? I mean, hometown hero. I mean, for a lot of
No,
these,
I I cannot
it's
claim that title. There are so many amazing people who do way better things than I do, but I am so proud of just Geneva and being from Fillmore County. But I don't think I can take hometown hero.
well, it's if you have so many incredible accolades and everybody that follows you throughout. I mean, the from the the trials and going through
Mm,
with the three Olympics and looking at your bio and everybody's going Geneva, Nebraska.
yep.
It's like he
Well, you
really
know
makes
what's
it.
even funny? What's funnier is so I was at work this week and one of the girls was like, "Oh, she asked me to play on this kickball league with her, which is neither here nor there. We don't have to talk about that." But and I said, "Oh, well, I might be going to Geneva this weekend, so I probably can't." And so she did not know that I was talking, she didn't know that there was a Geneva, Nebraska. So she was telling everybody at work that I was going to Geneva, Switzerland this week. And I was like, I love that you think I'm such a world traveler in that way, but no, I would not take the weekend to go to Switzerland and come back.
I mean, hey, if you got an itch to get out of the house, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm even,
I
the old
know.
saying goes out of the house, out of trouble. But
Yes, yeah. But I'm
do
glad that
you?
we could put Geneva in the minds of people now and
That's right.
just make them kind of look a little bit closer at where Geneva, Nebraska is.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
um, I mean, lately here, just recently, have you been doing a lot of traveling? I know you're back in the neck of the woods here.
Yeah.
Besides training, have you been doing a lot of other extracurriculars, or what's going on?
Yeah. Not too much traveling from javelin. I was doing a lot of traveling for work with Arbor Day Foundation. So,
Mhm.
I mean, the fall I was in Chicago, California a few times, Texas a couple times. So I was all over the place there. But hoping that now, once my training has started, like not going to do too much of travel. I was in Colorado for a little bit to do an injection on my shoulder, but other than that, we're rocking and rolling and training. So I'm hoping not to go too far.
Nice, nice. So, what's the latest? Whereabouts are you? What are you aiming towards? I guess for the next Olympics, it was
Yeah.
Tokyo, correct?
So this year we have world championships in Tokyo. So that's the end of
Yeah.
September. So I am training for that. I'll have hopefully, season goes well and all that. I'll have some competitions in Norway for our Diamond League and Rabat and a couple in Switzerland, I think too. So that'll be this season. And then yeah, LA is 2028, so we got a bit of time before that. But yeah, focus this year is World Championships in Tokyo.
Wow. So, um, you and the hubby, do you get to bring mom and dad along with for to go overseas again, or are they willing to
They
travel?
probably, I can't really picture Danny in Tokyo, Japan. Paris was a bit of a stretch, but he did great. He did great as his first European travel. I don't think that they'll probably come to Tokyo because it's a long trip. It's like 16 hours plus, I think, of a flight. So I don't foresee them there, but Sam for sure. My husband definitely, he coaches me. So yep, he'll be right there.
Of course, yeah. But you also got to realize too, a lot of us here locally, which you can relate. If you can get Coach a picture of Coach in
Oh, Lord have mercy.
another element,
Yep.
my
Yep.
God,
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was. I told everybody that we should have done a docu series of Danny in Europe because the amount of questions that this man had and watching him try to navigate through another country was so amusing. But you know what? He did great. Like he really
yeah.
did. And
What was
and
his
on the
favorite
way
thing over
there,
there?
say it again.
What was his favorite thing over there that he enjoyed?
Um, I think that he loved just like I mean, just the energy of the Olympics, like it was so incredible to like, I mean, everywhere you went was just like country pride. Like, you get to see all these people that you've seen on TV and being in the stadiums. And it was their first time to see me compete internationally too, which was crazy because I've done it so many times at this point. But just to see them in a different element, like I love that they got to see that and be a part of that. But he got really sick on the way there. I think he got COVID because COVID was going crazy,
Oh no.
especially in Paris. So he got sick on the way there. But then after like the first day or two, he was all good after that.
Good, good.
Hmm.
Well, tell us a little bit about, we can go back and, the growing up phase from
Yeah.
College Station to Geneva, Nebraska. But,
Yep.
you know, the routes that you traveled in life with your mom and your dad,
Yeah.
um, tell us a little bit about the stories. I mean, probably got a lot of stories you can pull up going, just growing up, with the coaches.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that because as I'm getting prepared to talk with everybody on in February in Geneva, and just like thinking through how grateful I am to have grown up in a small town and in Geneva specifically. And I have so many different stories of traveling and talking to different friends from different countries, and they all have great experiences too. But when I explain to them where I'm from and how everybody knows everybody and there's one stoplight and you
Still
can
there,
get
still there. Yeah.
it's still there and it takes 5 minutes to get anywhere. They just are like, where are you from? Like, can we come visit this? And I'm just so proud of it. Like, I truly think that there's so many amazing memories that I have growing up. And I love that both my parents were coaches and so firmly a part of the community. And, even, little stuff that was coming to mind as I was preparing for the speech of just like, walking the neighborhood and selling cookie dough for whatever thing for the school, or,
Oh yeah.
going to the gym for like open gym and asking my friends to come shoot basketball, or just as a kid, my dad was teaching driver's ed and my mom was at track practice. And so we'd have to get to the track at like 7 in the morning, and we would just hang out in the gym. We'd go to, so it was really special. We'd go to Casey's, we'd all get like a breakfast pizza or donut. And then we'd all go to the school and we'd sit on the high jump mat. And then, we're waking up a little bit because, we're young, we're kids. And then we would play all day in the school. We would make forts from those blue squishy mats, and we would swing from the rope from the top of the bleachers, which I just am like laugh now because I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, we'd play hide and seek. Like, there's just so many memories of being at that school, and it's just a part of who I am. And what I love about growing up in Geneva too are the connections and friendships that we have, and just like how my parents had these relationships with so many people, and they feel like family to me. So, from the Karchers to the Coons, and, like we would go to like the Taylors for film after the football games, and, just our neighborhood with the Rimmicks next door, and, the Scots around the block. And I just am so grateful for those people in my life because it is a unique, I didn't realize this, but, even talking with my husband, like we had such a unique opportunity where we lived to live and really be in community and friendship with people. And that's not how it is everywhere else.
Yeah.
And so I just think like, I just truly thank God for that. And I hope that one day, we can give my kids that, whatever that looks like. Because those relationships, I mean, I still, my high school girlfriends, like we still get together, we still, communicate, and watching all my friends have kids right now. Like, it's just one of the most amazing gifts that I have in my life. And I love throwing javelin. I love getting to travel all around the world, but my heart really is in Geneva and growing up there with the people that I got to spend time with.
As you just and it's so good to feel that because you were down in Aggie land for a while there,
Yep.
getting your education and really
Yep.
blossoming as a student
Yep.
athlete, and but it's so rewarding to know that, hey, you're kind of back in the neck of the woods.
I know.
You get to come out, whenever you get a chance to,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
it's kind of fulfilling for a lot of friends and family
Yeah.
here in these neck of the woods.
Yeah. And it's funny how God works, because when my family left Geneva, and, full transparency, like, it wasn't our intention at the time. Like, it was a really actually hard moment for us
Yeah,
to leave. And it was hard when all of that was happening. But to see how God has really used that and used it for something good, like, I would never, and I truly believe this, like, I would never have the life that I have now and be an Olympian if my family didn't move to Texas and then I
hmm,
followed them. That would never have happened. And the way that God just has truly, reconciled that hurt, because I mean, honestly, Eric, like, and it's been tough because I've always struggled with maybe talking about this publicly, because as much as I love Geneva and as amazing as it was to grow up, like, there was that part when my family left, and it being so difficult. It's been tough to talk about, because I don't
yeah,
want to hurt people in the process, but also I want to recognize what my family went through, and we never thought we would come back.
yeah,
Um, it very much did feel like we were getting run out of town, is what it felt like, to be fully honest.
yeah,
And that was something that I think all of us held on to, of a deep wound. Um, but then I mean, God says it, like, in the Bible, he's like, he works all things out for your good. And to take the pain that we had in that moment, like, my sister left her senior year. That was incredibly difficult. It changed her for the rest of her life. Cal leaving middle of high school, like, that changed him. And to go from a town of, your class is 30 some people, to now go to a school where your class is over 500 people, that was really hard. And I think to see how God used those situations so that my sister and I could compete together at Texas A&M. I got to watch my brother play football. I got to watch my dad coach my brother in football. Like, that was
that's an
amazing to
awesome
see both of them
experience.
have success. Yeah, and then, to have, the Olympics is great, right? The Olympics is amazing. I'm so grateful that, and I'm still crazy that I even get to call myself an Olympian. But one of the things I'm most joyful and just, like, happy about is that I feel like the Olympics created a bridge back to Geneva. And
Yeah,
I don't think without that happening, without me getting to compete in the Olympics, I don't know if that ever would have happened. Truly, I'm not sure if that would have happened. And so it felt like we were accepted again. It felt like we got to be a part of a community that we lived in for 20 some years, and that we got to reconnect in those relationships again. And that hurt, that wound, that you know, all of that felt like it finally had some healing in it and some
yeah,
purpose. And so that is what I am the most grateful for to God, is that he knew what he was doing the whole time.